partner with besides Trash Trails while you're making Trashy?
So that was probably the best part about Trashy, is all the people that I got to meet along the way. I think Trash Turtles was the first interview, but we were based in Florida when we were filming. So we got to meet the owners of the Lufka store, which is over in Tampa. They have 3, maybe 4 locations now. They're a zero waste store. We talked to another zero waste store in Orlando called Zero. That's kind of been the best part about making this film, the people we meet and the response that we get when I tell people what I'm doing and why we're doing it. People are really on board, whether or not they believe in climate change or not, which I know it's so weird to even suggest believing in it. It's not something to believe or not believe, but no matter where you stand on that subject, people can look at trash and see it. It's tangible, and say, I don't want that in the ocean. I don't want that in my food. And how can we do something to clean it up? We also talked to the woman who wrote 101 Ways to Go Zero Waste, Catherine Kellogg, out in San Francisco when she was living there. And I really enjoyed that interview because I read her book when I was first going zero waste. So it helped me to just figure out what the heck I'm doing. So yeah, we met a lot of really great people from all walks of life. And honestly, I wish I had 4 or 5 hours in this film to showcase everyone. And there are people that probably won't even make the final cut just because of timing issues. But every single person that we worked with and collaborated with, they have such an amazing story all their own. They could have their own hour-and-a-half length documentary, and there just isn't enough time. So who knows? Maybe we'll come back for Trashy 2 or
Exactly.
a docu-series.
It's a series. So you got Trashy, then you got each individual. It's like a series. We got to make a series.
We might have to, because I mean, there's just so much. There's so much trash, but there's so many people cleaning up the trash that it's awesome.
Exactly. It's the people. It's not the. I mean, the acts are great and all, but the people behind it is even more special. So, what was the trash company that you were saying that you interviewed? Like the owners, and had like 3 or 4. That's why I grabbed a pen to write it down.
The trash company, like
the something.
Lufka, Lufka, and they're named that because it's named after a type of loofah that's grown out of Iraq, which is where her husband is from, one of the store owner's husbands. And it was their first product, that loofah type product that completely breaks down. It grows from the earth and it's not made of plastic, and then it just decomposes. So that was their very first product. And they've taken that, I know, and they've taken that, and now they have every single product, and they make most of them. So since they're making them, and they're making them without plastic, they're hormone free, they're like all these ingredients free.
Everything just natural from the earth.
Natural. I use their face soap. They sell shampoo, lotion, deodorant.
We gotta try that.
Yeah.
For that. Hold on. Sorry.
Yeah. Thank you, Kelly, for all your products. She's the best.
What did you learn thus far by making Trashy?
Yeah, so I've learned a lot in a year. I wish I could go back to myself a year ago and just tell myself it's gonna be okay. At the beginning, I used to really freak out about packaging and what to recycle and what not to. Now I know it's okay. If someone brings you a straw, it's not the end of the world. If something comes in packaging, more often than not, most likely you can recycle it. But yeah, so I've learned just kind of like going through that it doesn't have to be as strict. It can still be livable and doable day to day, living zero waste. I learned, recycling was a big thing that I learned, but also composting. You can compost pretty much everything. You can compost a pizza box, which is great because I mean, I love pizza. So I didn't have to give that up. I could still like I just went to the store the other day and I got this thing of apple cider donuts because it's fall here and I love donuts.
Mhm.
And I just cleaned out the container when I was done and recycled it. Now, it's not to say that you want to look for items that are packaged, but I've just learned now that it's not the end of the world if it does come in packaging and there are solutions. Recycling is confusing. We think we talk about that in the film, but if once you figure it out, get those cheat codes, it becomes a lot easier. So I just wish I could go back and tell myself, like, take a deep breath. It's okay.
Yeah.
And just doing these little things, you're still making a difference.